Okay, live. Go.
Let's
Get off
go.
your phone.
We're on?
You're on.
Well, you didn't do the thing.
No.
Hey,
we
what's
don't.
the name of our show?
Shark Tales?
With who? Andy and Forsberg. Do
I
you
don't-
remember that?
I don't know. Like,
A lot of comments tonight about their favorite show ever was Monday at Gold Cup.
I
Uh-oh.
wish I remembered that. That's not good.
Welcome to the beautiful Calistoga Half Mile.
Yeah, no
We're
kidding.
back.
Absolutely. Is this so? Did you used to camp here?
I've never camped in the campgrounds.
Okay.
I camped out in the what they call the Great Lawn now, which
Okay.
used to be the park. Well, we used to park there,
Right.
but there was power out there back when we camped there. You know, this place sat for 6 years. There ain't power out there anymore.
Did we only camp here one time?
Mhm.
And it was basically on the other side
The
of
other
where
side
the
of the haulers.
haulers.
Really?
Yeah.
We just plugged into one of the poles out there, and we were
In
like,
the
not-
motorhome? But,
in his parents' motorhome.
okay.
I was out walking.
Yeah, it was a bit of a free for all. I think they got a little
Absolutely.
nailed down this tighter
We were the
this year.
23 car then.
Yeah, and I was walking my dog, and there's a golf course right next by, and I saw Donnie Richardson. He's playing, and he's
Yeah,
on.
they used to still have the golf course
Yeah,
then.
so I'm like, oh, cool. I'll go talk to him. Well, he hooked a ball right over our head, and it hit a windshield of like some big truck, and like a lady was in the passenger seat, like, oh my god, like shattered the window.
Typically, you wouldn't be parked near a golf course, but
Right. Well, they were.
when
and
the
they
racers
lost the
come in,
windshield.
we take over.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, so yeah, I've camped here one time, my parents' motorhome. But yeah, that was 04 probably.
Yeah, it
03.
wasn't for the Vermeil though.
So,
No.
since we're going to talk about old times, because that's kind of what Calistoga is about, I did used to come and hang out in this campground because we had this guy that used to go to all the races with my dad, and he would camp here, and he would make us chili and spaghetti after the races. So I have been in this campgrounds before. Him and his son had this little tiny single axle, old school camper trailer,
Yeah.
the kind of round ones, and he used to tow it with his car, and he'd make us dinner. So I do remember being out here back in the 80s, eating chili and spaghetti.
Like, isn't there a good story with the Yorks at this campground?
There's
Like-
no such thing as a good story with the Yorks.
Didn't you talk Drake
Josh.
into pushing Dane into a pool?
Oh no, that was at Chico.
Oh, darn. I thought it was a Calistoga story.
Long,
Put them in a garbage can over here.
long story
Is
short,
that
what
what
he's
it
talking
is?
about, I know he left you cliffhanging. I talked Drake York into pushing his dumb little brother Dane into a pool, and I thought he would just go, like just gently maybe push him and not get him in the pool. But probably the most athletic thing Drake York's ever done his entire life, he like linebackered this guy, Dane. His legs were literally flying through the air. His brother landed in the pool and then got out and literally tried to murder his brother. So that's the story he's talking
But he
about.
said he was going to murder him, right? Like,
I think he got out and he was like the Terminator. He's like, I'm going to kill you! And then he chased Drake around the Chico Fairgrounds for like a half an hour straight.
and
That was the most cardio either one of those nerd brothers ever got in their whole life.
No, but you did put Dane in a garbage can.
Oh, I
here.
threw both those idiots in the trash, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. We're at Calistoga. In case you didn't know, they haven't raced here since 2019. COVID came, which we all know screwed everything up. And then
did you race here in 2019?
I gave up racing this race because I liked having fun at this race. So I want to say maybe 16, 17, I quit. I said, you know what? There's too much fun stuff. When you race, you kind of have to concentrate and, eye on the prize. There's so much going on here,
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
It's a little different than Gold. It's similar to Gold Cup, but it's more nerdy historical crap, which I thrive off of.
Yes, this encyclopedic mind of all things racing. Yes, he's been soaking up every inch of this, like just me watching this year.
Did you
So,
hear Hannestad talking about his car?
I got to talk to Daryl Hannestad, and he knew who I was. It was the coolest thing in the
Because of
world.
Monday night last week, or
Probably.
So-
that's the only reason why he knew me.
Daryl's dad had a car back in the non-cage days that had an airplane engine in it, and I guess this was it's a Ranger airplane. And to make a long story short, it was a motor that was in airplanes that was trained for training naval pilots for the Army and all
Yeah.
that shit. And then when they started converting to jets, the U.S. Army just got rid of all this shit like surplus. So his dad and other racers were buying cargo containers full of these airplane motors, and it was cheap and they were light, and they just started putting them in race cars. So he restored his dad's car from the 60s. Jan Opperman drove this car, obviously, you know, one of the ballers in sprint car history. So that car was in the Hall of Fame tonight, or at the Hall of Fame dinner. Carol
Yeah.
just finished it.
Beautiful, yeah. Everything that was kind of restored in there is just gorgeous. But like, I'm looking at these things. I'm like, there's no way I had the guts to get in one of those and race, especially around big ass half mile like this. Like, there ain't no way. When I watched my dad race from '89 to '91 in a sprint car, I'm like, there ain't no way. Those things are way too scary. I'm never gonna race those. So.
And they had cages and wings.
Exactly. Like, see, yeah, this seat, this bucket seat, like
One
no
size
head
fits all,
restraint,
yeah.
no nothing. Just go out there and rip. Why not?
So Ken Clapp was here tonight. If you don't know who Ken Clapp is, he's a pretty high muckety muck guy in NASCAR back in the day, man. He was a mover and shaker, and he still is. But like, I mean, he was back in the Big Bill France era, and he's head of the West Coast Stock Car Hall of Fame. So he was here. Coach Dick Vermeil, Super Bowl winning head coach of the Rams.
Yeah.
He was here. What did you think of his speech?
Speech of the night,
I
man.
know.
Absolutely.
I think that guy's talked in front of people before.
Yeah, it was. But and obviously, like, yeah, he was a head coach for football teams. Like, just inspiring. Like him, like just hearing what he's saying, like calling out the city of Calistoga. Like, dude, like he was like letting them have it.
What did he say? He said that people come here to retire and they think that their voices are louder and more important than the people that actually built this city. Isn't that what kind of what
Absolutely.
he said?
And then he said bullshit.
And that's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
So
One
he's
of-
basically talking to the yuppity yups that don't like racing.
right. Yeah.
So yeah,
But super grateful that we have this race. The Louis Vermeil, like for their names, like so many Vermeils were here and celebrating this. Like it was just
he said they had dinner
inspiring.
the other night and there was 45 Vermeils together, and he says that we would not have been together if it hadn't been for this race coming back. So in case you don't know, Louis Vermeil, it's the Vermeil race. Louis had a garage here in town. He was the head of Calistoga and the head of NARC for eons, and all the Vermeil boys grew up working on race cars and helping out at the Speedway. Some of them kept in the race or in the mechanic-y world, and some went off and did football.
Yeah. And weren't you saying, like, when Dick would like have interviews of like talk about his childhood heroes, it was always like racing people?
Wasn't it cool to hear
Yeah.
him talking about sprint cars and the times
Yes.
in wing sprint cars and non-wing sprint cars? It's like, this is a guy we see on ESPN, not anymore, but I mean, you know, he won a effing Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and he's hanging out with us.
Yeah. It was a cool night, man. Yeah, like this was my first Hall of Fame banquet dinner that I've ever attended, but yeah, my car owner, Dan Monoff, that I've raced with for multiple years, like he's from Calistoga, so
Helped out a ton putting this place back together.
absolutely. So he
Yep.
and his dad was photographer
Oh,
out
man.
here.
The greatest photographer in NARC history, yeah.
He's in the Hall
Old
of Fame.
school photographer,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So yeah, so got to hang out with him obviously today.
Dan seemed a little tipsy.
No.
I think he was a
I
little
didn't-
tipsy. I almost
I
had him
didn't
talked
see that.
into coming out and racing tomorrow. Yeah.
Him racing?
I guess he was very.
He
tipsy
wanted
then.
a repeat of his Marysville hot lap session.
Yeah.
Try it out at
Yeah, he
Calistoga.
stepped up in. So let's see. Frank Albert was inducted tonight. He was the tire guy forever, and he used to mount before we all had all our crap we got in the infield, air compressors and generators and mules, and we can do everything ourselves now. Frank had a trailer, and you would go buy a tire from him, and he would mount it up for you. He'd ask you what size you wanted. Hey, what size you need? You know, I want this size tire, and he'd go dig through the trailer and he'd bring it out and mount it. So Frank Albert, Clyde Lamar, Bobby McMahon.
Bobby McMahon representing right here.
Yeah, I saw that. That was cool.
Yeah.
Rick Horton and his car owner Jim Hearn were both inducted kind of together. both Horton brothers, Ron and Rick, are both have passed away, but the coroner was here. Jim Allen. I don't want to miss anybody. Did I miss anybody?
No, I think that was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was special. I know we gotta say, this place has been dormant for 6 or 7 years, whatever it's been, and there's been some chasing of the tail around here. Shit not working and people fixing stuff, and
That is to be expected, right?
yeah,
Like, because like it been beaten dormant, like nothing has been going on here for years.
and it was
now.
kind of a shithole when it was still open. I mean, let's face it, this place is old.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the old fair manager wasn't exactly doing her best to try to keep it up. She was doing her best to run it into the ground and then sell it to developers, in case you don't know.
Yeah. Failed though, because now we're racing.
So basically, what the city of Calistoga has put together here is, I think they put a 4-hour workday together one time, and then everything else that's been going on here has been all volunteer by the racing community. No money, no nothing. All the hunts and all the volunteers in this town, racers, have resurrected this place.
And now we're going racing.
Yeah.
Next
Except
2
I
days.
do have a bone to pick. One of those volunteers that has been spending a ton of time here, Charlie Sakai, and he's been wanting to be on Shark Tales.
Oh.
But I'm not letting him on. You know why?
Why?
Because we rented a trailer for the PHR crew, and there was some confusion on where it was gonna be. Does it have hookups? This and that. We told the rental guy, we got hookups, we got water. Don't worry about it. Well, push come to shove, no water, no hookups, no nothing. So the trailer's now parked, and I asked Charlie. I said, Charlie, there's where the trailer's at. Where is the closest water? And he says, oh, it's way over there in the RV camp. So I pace it out. So I knew I needed roughly 400 feet of hose. Go to True Value, buy 450 feet of garden hose. And I string it, and they come in a roll this big, and I'm fucking out there untangling shit, sweating like a whore in church. Finally, get the hose all strung out, and I fill the damn trailer up for my crew, because I'm that nice of a guy. And 2 hours later, I go back to the trailer, and I see this hose just coming out of this little fenced-in area. I'm like, don't tell me that is a freaking water hose. I open this gate. There's a water spigot 20 feet from my trailer. So Charlie, I know you're going to watch this because you said you were going to watch this. You are on my shit list. I don't care how much time you've donated. Piss me off.
But now we got enough hose for later?
Forever?
Forever?
And then he tells me, I ripped his ass at the dinner. He goes, well, you know, we could use the hose in the maintenance department. Just roll it up and leave it for me.
You say that's
See,
$200,
so now look at
please.
you. You're donating to the cause.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if Charlie had the hose, but I don't want this freaking fairgrounds to have it because they haven't done shit to help the racetrack.
Yeah.
We've done everything but.
They've made it as difficult as possible for the hunts to put this show on. It's not like, gee, thank you for coming and doing all this work. It's more like, we're going to make you do the work. We're going to make you pay for the work. We're going to make it as hard as possible for you to do the work. And then we're going to still charge you an enormous amount of rent.
Yeah.
And then we're going to make you up your insurance policy.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started on the golf cart insurance. Jesus Christ. We roll in here, and this lady drives up, and she goes, is that your rig? We just gotten out of the motorhome.
Sherry.
Shelly.
Shelly.
And I'm like, yeah. She goes, is that your golf cart? Yeah. She goes, do you have insurance on it? And we're like, yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know.
We
Whatever.
have insurance.
She goes, you have to have $1 million policy and da-da-da-da-da.
And a $2 million something else.
She goes, don't you unload that golf cart until you get me your insurance information. I'm like, oh my God. So guess what? I waited for her to leave and I unloaded my golf cart. So here's the
Now
funny
we
thing.
have $2 million
I hate to, yeah, so we did get all that bullshit taken care of. So I was polite to her because I know she was doing her job, but I was also kind of smart alecky at the same sense. I said, what are we worried about golf carts for? She goes, well, 2 people got run over and killed on a fairgrounds in a golf cart, so now we have to do this. And
In a tent.
you guys brought this up. I'm not taking credit for it, but yeah, if I was smart, I would have said, well, you guys don't allow tent camping here, so we're all good. Nobody's getting run over. Right? I mean, we can't run nobody over, so fuck it. We don't need insurance.
I would be more afraid of anybody's vehicle that's in here.
So I
running
asked,
me over
I said,
than
do you
a golf
realize what
cart."
we're doing here this weekend? I said, that entire area. So we're over here in turn 2. So I point over here, like over to the racetrack. I said, we've got motorcycles and quads and mules. She goes, that's Tommy's problem. I don't care about that. I care about the RV spots. I'm like, all right. So she goes, you're more than welcome to take your motorhome and tow your cart to the racetrack side and unload it there. And I said, okay. And then, like I said, I waited for her to leave, and I just unloaded it here.
But now she's making.
Now she's nowhere to be found. There's freaking golf carts everywhere.
Yeah,
But now she's making USAC get a special
A blanket
blanket,
policy.
blanket
umbrella,
policy for all the golf carts.
For all the golf carts.
USAC? What do they have to do with the golf carts?
It's their show, I guess. I don't know. It's
Well,
the
it ain't
weirdest
their
thing.
show, but I mean,
Yeah, they're just money hungry. That's all they want.
there's been a lot of that. So every time the Hunts tried to do something, they're like, okay, go fix this,
And it's a
and you
permit.
need a permit. Okay, we fixed it. Oh, and then the inspector comes in and says, well, you need to fix that. Okay, that's another permit. Hell, they needed a permit to put a tent up for the beer tasting. A 20 by 20 tent. This is what Dick was talking about. Got me all fired up.
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
it was Charlie and the hose. Now I'm talking about the
Charlie
city.
in the hose. Charlie in the hose factory.
That sounds.
Do you know what it's like to string out 450 feet of garden hose? I mean,
Oh,
and it's
never
all
done it.
dry and weedy over there. My freaking socks were covered in weeds. Oh, I was pissed.
How did the electrical hookup go?
Well, we haven't gotten we got a big diesel generator over there. It's supposed to power everybody's RV.
So I worked today remotely from the motorhome.
Yeah, you were no help. Thank you.
You're welcome. But I came out and the girls are out here shopping on their phones for this.
Yeah.
I need a male in? No, it's got to be female this
It
end.
got
and
very confusing.
very confusing.
And we're still not sure we got the right
I had
one.
about 10 minutes of that, and I went back in the motorhome, worked for another hour and a half, came back out. No, I think this female end is. This one doesn't have a hole. And it's like, what's going on here?
Well, what the hell
It
did
was
they
like-
bring us?
it was
doesn't
2
make
hours.
any sense what they brought
So
us.
what we have is like a commercial jet, like a diesel generator, like you'd have on a construction site. You know, it's the size of a freaking small car,
That's
and
like
it's
a-
supposed to power the world.
Yeah.
But it's a marina.
But
or
it's like a
something
marine.
Well, I'm not up on
outlet.
my plugs,
It's a
but
marine
it's
outlet.
all commercial, industrial. This big,
like a boat
cord.
generator.
and we're trying to plug it into RV plugs. So we've got 3 different job boxes over there. None of them work. No adapters we had work. So you guys supposedly, probably,
think so.
hopefully found the right one.
It'll be here between 7 and 11.
7
that's
and
good. We
11
gotta
at
find
Benson's
two.
house.
So,
Tomorrow
yeah.
morning.
Mike Benson's going to get a package.
But nobody's in there tonight, right?
Nobody's
no
in there
one's in it
tonight. That's
tonight.
all tomorrow. So it didn't really need power. But I mean, there are other people over there in the little area that we're planning on this generator, and it's not working.
Yeah.
Its generator's working. We just can't plug it in anymore.
And that they said that was on the fairgrounds and that we needed to. So the lady over there that's been helping us,
Yeah.
she called the company that delivered the generator. The guy that set it up was told that was exactly what they needed.
Well, he was
So-
told wrong.
Right. So he said he would go to Home Depot and get all the parts that they needed and fix it and bring it out tomorrow. But the fairgrounds needed to pay for it because it was on that.
And the fairgrounds is
And I
definitely
said,
not
that
gonna
ain't
happen.
never going to happen. So,
I mean, we're talking $100 or so.
yeah,
or
we're back
whatever.
to where we started.
The fairgrounds haven't paid for anything yet, so
No.
why would they start now?
They wouldn't.
Somebody said they liked your story earlier.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh. He's not on Facebook.
He watched
She
it.
showed
You
me.
showed
Like
it.
you guys, they talked about it, so I'm like, I'm gonna see. So yeah, that was fantastic. I loved it.
So yeah, I told a little story about the first time I ever saw my dad win a race, and it was here, and I can still remember it vividly. I was 9 years old. That memory was 40 years ago. How that's even possible?
So how old were you?
I was My birthday was June 20th. The race was July 21st. So I was 9 years old and 1 month.
So that's really interesting. I don't know if you're going to tell the story, but like...
No, they can go back and watch it. I don't need to recap
Yeah.
it.
You should just give a recap.
So talking to Daryl Hanstead, like he kind of...
Oh, are you going to tell a story about him trying to sneak in at the race here?
No.
Oh, tell your story. Hannah's dad was on Kill tonight.
Yeah, he was great. But like he was kind of saying like when he was like like super young, like he's just playing with all the kids and everything, like hanging out at the under the grandstand, under the bleachers, whatever. But like around age 9, it's like when he like somebody started winning, and it's like that's kind of the age where now like I realize like what it takes to go
registering.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's registering. So like, my kids kind of the same way. Like, I was the same way. I was super young, like watching my dad race, and I remember coming here, being in the stands. It was a NARC show or whatever it was, and the guy sitting next to me, my dad was in the 4th heat, and we're watching all 3 heats go.
So this is a NARC show. He's running here.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the guy next to me says, "I bet your dad's biting his nails off." I'm like, "Why?" "Oh, well, he's in the 4th heat." I'm like, "Okay." I don't know. I still, to this day, don't know what he meant. But I'm like, I guess the 4th heat's scary. Like, I didn't know.
Well,
it doesn't mean anything. I think what he was like getting at was like he's having to watch all these races and he's waiting, so like the anticipation's like building for the 4th heat. It made no sense to me then. Kind of makes no sense to me now. But as a kid, like nothing made sense.
Well, my dad's era of NARC, the 1st and 2nd heat were the slowest qualifiers.
So,
3rd and 4th were the fastest
Aaron
qualifiers.
Benson kind of talking about that
So
too. So I'm like, there's something with the 4th heat. I don't know what it is. But I don't think there was anything with the 4th heat.
Here's a great Hannestad story, and we should have had him on, but so I'll make this short as possible. So Daryl's dad had a car. Daryl always wanted to race. On the day Daryl was supposed to race his first race, his dad had a heart attack and died. So basically from age 16, Daryl was kind of on his own. But he wanted to race here the most. But he was only, Louis wasn't going to allow him to race at 16. I think he had to be 18 to race here. So he was going to Santa Maria and race in a wing sprint car, a complete shitbox. And so he decides he's going to get a fake ID from a guy who actually owned a race team. So he gets this fake ID from this guy who he thinks ended up reporting to Louis Vermille and saying, "Hey, Daryl Hannestad's got this fake ID, yada, yada, yada. I think he's going to try to race the 4th of July weekend. He's not 18, he's 16. So Daryl comes up with this plan because he knew his mom didn't want him to race at Calistoga. So they load the car up with the wing on it, and they tell his mom they're going to go race Santa Maria. Well, they're going to drive a half mile down the road to his buddy's house, take the wing off of it, and put the wing in the neighbor's house, and then go to Calistoga. Well, before all that could happen, his mom gets a phone call from Louis Vermille saying, "Hey, we heard your kid's going to come race with us. He's not allowed." She confronts Daryl. Daryl says, "No, I mean, look, we're obviously going to Santa Maria. The wing's on the car." Well, she goes, "I already called Santa Maria, and they're not even racing sprint cars this weekend." So that whole thing blew up in his face. He got grounded for a month. He said he couldn't race for a month. Set his whole racing career back a month.
Oh, no.
But that's just the kind of just silly things that went on back then. This isn't like mid-70s, 76
But back
or something.
then, like, you had to want to go race. Like, nowadays, it's not like that anymore.
Well, now you
like,
can race at 14.
Well, hey, get this. So he wanted to race so bad that he got a swing shift job working, what did he say, like 4 to midnight or something like that in high school. His girlfriend would do his homework for him, and he would get his homework the next morning, turn it in. Well, her homework was so good that he started getting such good grades, the teacher put 2 and 2 together that the girlfriend was doing his homework. And so he was going to flunk them both, or they had to agree to both getting C's. So he was happy with C's. He's like, "I was a D student." But that's how bad Daryl was working 40 hours a week in high school to go race a sprint car. And his girlfriend was doing his homework for him, who's now his wife. So she was in it for the long haul.
That's a great story. It started out awful.
That's a good story.
Yeah, I mean,
flunked his
No, his
future
dad
wife out of
died, and
high
then
school.
Yeah.
He got the girl at the end,
Yeah, that's like a lifetime movie.
right? It was.
Hallmark.
Hallmark lifetime.
What else moved the needle for you tonight?
I saw a commercial.
What?
At That's 100 years old. Where'd that come from?
Were you sponsored by Chronic Energy?
No, I was drunk.
Oh my god.
That's from 2010.
That. Was it that gold cup?
That's when they went to Goodyear. We didn't run, and so I got shit-faced, and I ended up in the Chronic car doing a commercial for him. Who showed you that?
Brian.
How many hits has it
Found
got?
it.
No, we.
Lisa's got this blaring on in the motorhome. I'm like, did Canon do some
Yes,
AI
it has something to do
something?
with Canon, absolutely.
I don't know.
Well, that span, there was a Chronic energy drink car,
Yes.
and they were running Northern California, and then then he went outlaw racing, and like I said, they came to run the Gold Cup, and we didn't want to buy Goodyears, so instead of racing, we just got shit-faced the whole week long, and like I said, I ended up in their car and doing that silly
Doing
commercial.
a commercial. Absolutely.
In 2010?
Yeah, it was 2010.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that. Very
Huh. I think I might not have raced 2010.
Goodyear kind of put a curmudgeon there in the whole
Yeah.
couple years.
2010, you were supposed to race the 51? Maybe?
And that might have been like the year that like I got. Yeah, like we might have won the champ. I don't
Yeah,
know if
you
we
won the
won the
Chico
championship, but we won a whole bunch of races.
But
Brian-
we were on Hoosiers at Chico.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Sperry was my car owner, and I kind of had a feeling like we might not race, but he wasn't saying anything, and I think I was too scared to ask also. So we showed up at the race, and he didn't show up.
Well, that's some great communication.
Yeah,
I think we had your bag. We
I
had
had my
all
bag
your
in
gear
the
in the
car
car.
just in case. But
And driving there, I was like, should you just call him and find out if you're racing? Well, I don't know. He didn't say we weren't racing. I'm like, but he didn't say you were racing.
Wow.
What?
I know,
uh,
this is still
What
Sean.
did you guys
Yeah,
do?
this
But-
is still Sean. What are you supposed to do about
So me and Lisa, we're in the parking lot, like we still want to go, right? This Gold Cup. So yeah, so we went to the sign-in booth, and Dan and Cindy Minnie
Yeah,
were
Minnie
there.
was there.
Oh
And
wow.
he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm all, "Nothing." Like I thought I had a ride, but I guess not. He's all, "Oh well, I'm putting a car together. We should race next year."
So is that
So
how that all came
that-
out?
Yes,
Oh,
he
so
said-
that basically started. the
But
mini
he said he was
relationship
putting a car together to sell
to
it.
sell.
but
I'm
it-
trying to
and
sell.
then he's still racing.
And then I kept
Okay.
winning in it, and so he's all, "Oh, we should race more." And
That's
poor Dan,
crazy.
I'm sorry, you're still racing. That was 20. If that was 2010, 2011,
Yeah, 15
maybe.
years later.
Yeah, now we're 2025.
I wonder
you're
how
still
much
racing.
richer he would have been if he would have sold.
Yeah, sorry.
I
didn't
saw
help.
my friend Tammy Misplays watching. Her husband had the B main track record at Calistoga around '87, I want to say. An old Auburn hero of mine, Billy Misplay.
Billy
What's the
Misplay,
B
I love that
main
name.
track record? They kept
Well,
track
they
of,
used to
like,
keep
speeds
that used to be a
for
big deal.
everything?
Yeah, times.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's a new track record for the third heat or the dash, whatever.
Wow.
That is super
funny.
intriguing to me. Yeah.
Bobby probably has all of that information.
Yeah. Did you see the qualifying board there, the 100-mile-an-hour club?
No.
Oh yeah, it was in there. That was
Aw.
used to be a big deal. So when they put the wings on the cars, we were able to break the 100-mile-an-hour average speed bracket, but it was still hard to do. And so every time somebody did it, they'd get their name painted on the board. Over time, obviously, it became easier because we just kept going faster and faster. But the first couple years, it was a big deal to be on that board.
Dick Vermeer was talking about, I think his car set the track record, and it was like
His
20
brother, Stan,
26-second lap or
24.06. Yep.
So who still has the track record? Still?
Pilot might have the 360 track record,
Yeah.
which is a
It was
farce.
this.
Well,
Was
you
Lisa
were here that
scoring?
night.
You were there. Yeah, it was they.
I mean, I'm not bagging on Kevin, but he lifted all four
Yeah.
corners,
It was bad.
and he was a second and a half faster than the whole field. Not only was he fast time, he broke the
But
record.
as a scorekeeper, like, because Lisa had to do that you had at least 2 people.
Yeah, 2
doing
people
it,
going
right?
it.
Something happened. And you know what? I'm not here to rain on Gary Patterson's parade, but I've had people from back in his era say that the night he set the track record that lasted forever wasn't Flory for one. There's no way he went that fast because his track record lasted for like 10 years, and then finally Brent broke it halfway through the last season we ran without wings here. So there's some funny stuff that might go on with the clocks at the Calistoga half mile.
Do they still have like a transponder loop?
I have no
Under
idea what's
there?
up there.
Hell, I hope
They've
like hell
gotta
anything
have-
works
Well, you
tomorrow.
guys kept saying like so. Everybody's been telling me about. Have you seen the track? And I haven't seen the track yet. And people
It's
are scaring me like I
crazy.
don't want to see the track. But you guys keep saying they're blading like the straightaways like up and down. But like, hopefully they have a loop there. Like
Yeah,
for
hopefully
our
they didn't cut it up.
transponders. Right.
The way that they were blading the front stretch yesterday, I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I've never really seen what they were doing. I could see how they could nick the loop. It was going in pretty
'Cause
deep.
I don't think it's very deep.
They always say they're not deep. Yeah.
Right.
So it would have stayed
think-
in the racetrack all these years?
Well,
That's
it's
the
just
thing,
like
they-
a pipe.
It's a pipe that goes through like PVC pipe, and it goes underneath the track, and it goes.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So Red Bluff, it's like 2 wires. They put 2 wires in the ground, and like when they do till the track, like he would always till to like the flag stand, then lift the tiller.
Oh, no shit?
Well-
yes. Then till
Well,
some
that's
more.
a very temporary track, though.
sure.
So out in
No,
these
that
other
makes sense.
racetracks,
Yeah,
they put it
yeah.
in a pipe to protect it. But yeah, Red Bluff, they put it down for 3 weeks, and then they take it off for a month, and then they put it back
You
down.
would think
And
the PVC pipe would kind of be blocking the loop somehow.
well, I don't know
maybe,
that it's
but
like PVC pipe, but it's a pipe that they put
Yeah.
in there. So
Mhm.
you'd rather something hit that first than hit the
no,
actual
sure,
wire.
Sure. No, that makes sense.
When was it? Do you remember your first victory lane with your dad? First win? Because that was the gist of what I talked about earlier today. Was watching my dad win my first time seeing him win.
I probably don't remember the first time he won, like what it meant or anything. I was pretty young, and it was in the stock car, so I was
Okay.
probably like 5
Not grasping.
5 to 7 or whatever. But I think we do have I don't know if it was a trophy dash win or an A main event win, but we're on the victory lane taking a picture with them, and me and my brother, like I don't know I think it was my brother. I think he pissed his pants. And big old like pee stain over there. Yeah. So
Sorry,
that was
Buckwheat.
good times. Yeah, sorry,
Speaking
Buckwheat.
of, so
it was probably Buckwheat. It definitely wasn't me.
I got a picture of me in Victory Lane at Chico with my dad and a trophy dash, and it was a 2-day show. And I remember at the hotel, my mom never wanted me to dress like I always just wanted to wear a race car shirt and tennis shoes. And so she had to go through this phase where she's strong arming me into wearing like cute boy clothes, cute kid clothes. So I'm in this stupid little tank top and flip flops, and my goddamn dad wins the dash. So I got this picture of me dressed like a little queer kid. I was pissed at that age. So I was 8 or 9 years old then. I knew I looked like a fag, and my dad always said, I knew you always wanted a girl because you always try to dress him like a girl.
He still kind of is.
But guess
He
what?
Still kind of is.
Yeah, I am a little gay. That's true. He beat Shane Scott to win the dash, and I mean, we're hanging out with Shane Scott.
Yeah.
2-7 times.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
Gary Thomas did a good job tonight. That was his first Calistoga Hall of Fame.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Bobby Gerald used to do
Bobby
it.
Gerald's
Oh,
yeah.
okay. No, yeah, Gary always does good. I guess I
does.
just didn't realize. I just
Poor
assumed-
Gary is a Tennessee Titans football fan.
Yeah, he had to bring that up.
And it was funny. He called Dick Vermeil out. He goes, "Dick, I'm a Tennessee Titans fan.
He took a Super Bowl from me.
You stole that Lombardi
You stole
trophy
that
from
Lombardi.
me." That was cool.
God. No, that was good times. But like it was funny when my dad would win in stock cars. They would make him start in the back. So he won a lot of stock car races, but it was always like the last 5 laps
Yeah.
or the last lap. So it was always like, I know it's coming, but like it didn't register with me. But what I loved about your story is you didn't know what the hell was going on. Your mom's taking you through everybody, get on the front stretch, and you're like, I gotta work on this flat tire. See ya. And weren't even part of the victory lane photos. Like, that's insane.
What did you do in the stands, like watching your dad? Because Sean used to.
Here's a funny story. I
Yeah.
would call my dad Richard. I would yell, "Go Richard, go Richard!" My mom asked me, "Why do you call him Richard?" Call him Dad. I said, "Well, if I say Dad, it could be anybody out there. I want everybody to know who I'm cheering for." So yeah, when I was a little kid, I cheered for Richard, not Dad.
But did you do any, like, were you just intently watching the
Yeah,
races the whole entire time? There was no messing
I
around.
didn't watch nobody else. I didn't know what went on anywhere else. It was all about where's the 92 at.
So Sean used to practice.
I would get a big, like, a large soda, try to drink it as fast as I could so it was empty, and I'd put it in my lap.
You keep
And that was
reminding
my
me of
steering
silly
wheel.
stories.
That was my steering wheel, and I would, like, try to drive, like, oh, Dad, set him up. You gotta arc it, Dad. Come on. Like,
With a cup.
cross him over. Cross him
Was
over.
there soda in the cup while you were drinking it?
No, I
No, he
would
drank
finish
it really fast.
Yeah.
So my mom would never let me buy anything from the concession stands, like
Aw.
sodas,
Silver
candy,
dollar snow
nothing,
cones
no
were
nothing.
the best.
So one night I'm bitching and moaning, and I want a Calistoga's famous for their seltzer water.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and it tastes like ass. I mean, you know, if you're a kid and you want a soda, you don't want some effing Calistoga spritzer water. So she finally's like, if you want something, you go down and get a water. I'm like, yeah, I'm so thirsty. So I take one sip of this freaking water, and it was just so fucking gross. So I set it down there, and then I pretended to accidentally knock it over, and that was the last time I ever got anything.
Good job, Andy. That
Yeah, I
worked
know
out
you
for
knocked that over on purpose, she said. God damn right, it tastes like butthole,
Did
Mom.
she know it tasted bad?
Well, I mean, to an adult, probably as
No.
Calistoga water is fine, but I mean, you're a kid, you don't want to drink that crap.
Speaking of Hall of Fame, Sean used to sit in the grandstands with newly inducted Hall of Famer Jonathan Allard. How did he do when he was watching his brother race?
Oh, he was very intense, and if Steven crashed, like, he would start crying, and he would pace down in the grandstands, like, just like making sure he's okay, and then he'd cheer like him on. Like, he was very animated, very passionate. Jonathan Allard was.
I gotta give Jay credit. So Jonathan was inducted into the Chico Hall of Fame last week. That cocksucker flew from New Zealand just to get inducted, and I'm not saying it wasn't a big deal. It is special, but that's
commitment.
when I let him know, I'm like, hey, you know, we're gonna get you in this year. I assumed he'd make something happen and maybe get a ride for the West Coast Swing and be at the induction ceremony. Mm-hmm. No, he didn't drive, he didn't race or nothing. He literally came out for
Is he gone? He went back home?
yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
That was
amazing.
pretty- yeah,
And then so I
That's
messaged
pretty
him. He goes,
special.
"Man, thanks for everything you do." I'm like, "Dude, I drove 90 miles to get to Chico. You flew from New
He
Zealand.
flew halfway around the world.
What is
That's
that?
incredible.
4
It's like
days on
7
an airplane?"
This guy.
I know it took us a
not the
day to get to
Titanic.
freaking Florida, so it has to be 4 days from New Zealand.
We didn't go to Florida.
Well, we went to Cancun. It's the same
So
thing.
close.
It is. It's that way.
No, it's that way.
Oh,
These guys tricked me into thinking I was going to Cabo
We
again.
didn't trick you. We told
No,
you we
we
were
were
going
going
to
to
Cancun.
Mexico.
We didn't know that
He
you
just
had never
thought
looked at a
Mexico
map.
was only in
Mexico's
I've
just
already
right
talked
there.
about
It's
this.
just below San Diego.
I thought it was the
Mexico.
same thing as
No.
like Napa and Calistoga, right? Same thing, just half an hour apart.
Until like 4 hours.
That
in.
ruined his whole trip after that.
Oh, you're
Like,
right.
Why are we
from
flying to
then
Denver? What is going on?
on. We're going the wrong way.
Okay, enough about me.
Yes, finally.
Please.
Tomorrow night, we're racing.
Yeah.
Yes.
When was the last time you
The
raced?
The
here?
end.
2018. I thought we figured this out.
Me? For
Yeah.
me? Was it?
I don't know. When did SCCT come here?
I thought.
Oh, the big Boys and Girls Club night was 2017. That was the night you got the provisional and then got all your points taken away.
Provisional.
Yeah. And then I quit.
Yeah.
Nobody likes a quitter.
Well, nobody likes a cheater either, and they cheated.
Do we want to talk about that?
No.
No. It was
Okay.
wrong on so many parts.
It was a complete fiasco. It was just, it was all good intentions. It just didn't work out.
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
So,
good
okay,
intentions.
so the Boys and Girls
year.
Club race, Dave Abreu, I think they donated $250,000 to that.
Yep.
Tony Stewart was here. It was the same weekend. Tony Stewart was racing. It was the same weekend as Sears Point NASCAR.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of NASCAR people here. That's when Abreu had this place looking like freaking, yeah, it was beautiful. And he wanted to have like a 32 car feature or something.
Like, ton.
Get it
So you made the feature.
by way of
Yeah,
how
so
they
like
wanted
I had her in the B.
a bowl.
I was running second in the B, spun out, had to go to the back, but because there was extra cars that were gonna start, like it wasn't 30 cars. I think
They
went
wanted
to
30.
28.
They wanted 30. I said at the board meeting, you cannot change this. This is a points race. You have to keep 22. That's
Which
what our rule
Alan
states.
Handy beat that into my head. You cannot mess with shows that are point races.
So they
They settled on
Compromise
26,
for-
I think, or 24.
24.
20.
No,
No, it's always 24.
It's always
I think
24.
No,
28.
it was 22. At that time, we were running 22 cars in the main.
I don't
Yes.
think she knows what
I
I'm
don't
talking about.
think. I
And
felt
this
like
gal
it was
scored
always
races?
4 wide. like,
No,
all the
because
way
I said the
through.
4 wide always looks stupid when you have 2 cars in the back. So why are we running 22 cars?
She's wrong.
It
I
was
am
24.
telling you, I am right.
you
Lisa's
could tell
right.
us you're
You
right.
guys know way better
Well,
than
it was
me.
definitely more
We
than
do.
24 cars started that
Yes.
race.
Yes, he wanted to do 30,
he
and I
wanted-
think we did 26.
They did 26.
So I came from the back of the B, last lap, last corner, get the final transfer spot, was like 6th or 8th in the B
was
main,
6th.
whatever.
Was
So
Hey, you
I
two,
was in
if
the
you're
show.
gonna talk, you better have the same
Okay,
information.
It was 8.
So yeah, so and then I run up all the way to 15th, like woohoo. But
Well,
like
you started 30 cars, you passed half the field.
yeah, I guess it wasn't too bad. But like Gary Thomas, like we were in a tight points battle with Kyle Hurst and the Beef Packer car, and Gary like was on the microphone like this is huge for points. Like Sean's gonna make the show, so
Changes
good job
a lot.
him. Absolutely. And all I got was 15th, so like I still lost a ton of points, but I didn't lose like a huge amount. But
Until.
the point leaders, they weren't happy with it, and they said
So
Transfer
Monday
cars.
morning, I got a phone call that I had to change the points because
like, take
Sean
my points
Transfer
away.
not
cars didn't
earn
get
points.
Points.
Well, the top 6 did, but the extra 2 cars did not.
So yeah,
Get
their
their
point
points.
was that Sean shouldn't have been in the feature because they shouldn't have started that many cars, which was a valid point.
My point was,
But
you're right, but
The thing is they set that at the drivers meeting that we're gonna do this. So
Yeah.
then at that point, everybody's just. I never once thought about points. I just like, oh, okay, whatever. They want to do 26 or 28, whatever it was. I never even really thought about it. But then as it all goes full circle, I'll never forget Alan Handy just saying, you cannot change stuff at point races. It has to be the same. And that comes from experience.
And if you allow those cars to transfer into the A main, they allow.
So that was the last time you were here?
Did we race?
No,
was
we-
that the only time SECT came here?
I think so.
Yes.
So that might have been the
You
That was
raced
the
one
last
more
time.
time
That was
after that.
2017.
You raced
And-
one more time after that, but I wasn't
with
here.
Mono.
But it wasn't. No, I don't think it
Oh,
was.
wait a minute. Did you run a 410 race here with Steve Scott's motor and blew the rods out of it?
Oh,
In Dan's
that
car.
I was gonna
probably
say,
makes
was it
Okay.
SCCT?
We did that a lot.
Yeah. But I do remember it happened. You were you qualified really good, and then it shit the bed in the dash or something.
Oh,
Was that
that rings a bell, kind of.
Thank God I'm here to remember your career.
Would
You
that
don't
have
give a shit, do you?
been, would that have been 2019?
Not in a bad way, but it's like
No.
he gave his trophies away. He doesn't remember anything, and I'm sitting there. I got every trophy I've ever won. I know every fucking stat I've ever done.
Well, so like I'm very visual. Like my mom used to videotape all my races, and I would talk to a friend who would. I came like friend from high school, lives in LA, came to a race at Chico, just a regular point show, and I won. And then talked to her like a year later on the phone. She's like, yeah, I came to that race. Remember when you won? I'm like, oh, I don't remember that. She's like, you don't remember? You won. I was there. I'm like, I've won some races there, but like I don't remember exactly what happened. But if I can watch a video of like the first lap, I'm like, oh,
A
I
little
remember.
reminder?
Absolutely, like
Little kickstart.
visual learner. Like I can. No, I know exactly what happened this race. Like my dad's kind of like you. He's got
Yeah.
an encyclopedic mind. Like he knows. Like
For racing.
if I'll throw out like not necessarily a date, but like I talk about a certain race. Oh no, absolutely! Like you railed this guy in 1 and 2, and blah blah blah.
He'll randomly bring up a race or something, and he'll be like, you know, when Sean did this, I'm like, I don't know. He's like, you don't remember that? I'm like, was I there? Like, was I watching? I don't.
But I do care. Like,
Yeah,
I do
I
care.
didn't mean to be mean like
I know,
that. But
I
it's like you and I
understand.
are like oil and water when it comes to like I
Yeah.
am so far on one end, and you're like, give my trophies away. I don't care.
So, but here's the difference,
I don't
though.
remember that night I won.
But most of the trophies came in your own car, right? So, like, there's one trophy at the track.
Is that the taller girls? Get out of here! Sheesh. No, I'm kidding. You can come back.
Are you live?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Put on your phone. Watch yourself.
We're usually audience only.
What is a Rumpel girl now?
Oh.
They don't want to take credit for that. They're always going to be the taller girls.
Yeah.
Sherm and Lori Toller's daughters are here. Big time advocates of Grass Valley and CSRA. Back when I was a shit and didn't appreciate what they were doing. Now I do.
No, do you?
Oh yeah. Now it's like, I mean, it's like what the hunts are going through right now. Just beating their brains against the wall, against the fairgrounds that doesn't want you there.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Let's talk about tomorrow.
Tomorrow, you're racing, I'm racing, and the show.
Yep. See you tomorrow.
2 cars.
Yeah.
The 92 and the 92.
There was a brief glimpse of Ensign tonight, and then he ditched out. Then he
Irish
was
goodbye,
gone.
is that what you guys call the Irish goodbye?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did that last night.
It was really funny. I was talking to Jeff. He's like, I walked past Paul twice and tried to wave, but I don't think he knows who I am. Well, you don't have the perm from the
From the
picture
shirt.
on the shirt.
So if you don't know, Jeff Ensign's driving a 92 car with USAC for Pacific Highway Rentals Paul. Paul has said he dreamt of owning a car at Calistoga his whole life. And he's going to double up now. He gets to
Double
own
up.
2 cars. Twice the fun. Yeah, we got some cool merch, Step Brothers theme. So if you want to buy some really cool stuff, come check out the PHR trailer. You got anything for sale?
we got some shirts left. Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of sweatshirts. Yeah. Come by the 7B trailer too.
Yeah, I don't know.
We
if
should
I
be
go.
right
I don't
next
know
to
if-
this guy,
I don't.
right?
No, we're parked next to each other in the pits, but not in.
You didn't give me a spot over there.
I wasn't in control of that. Yeah, that was. I
That
don't.
was Chuck.
Where is your rig? Is it coming tomorrow?
Yes.
Or- okay.
That was Chuck Maddox.
Yeah, Mad Dog was in control of the trailer parking. In case you don't know, we unload everything and we pit in the infield. No trailers in the infield. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's kind of cool too. It's tradition.
It's old school.
Back when my
Yeah,
dad
but
was
it's
racing
always-
here,
it's
there
always
wasn't
an
much to
ordeal,
unload.
though.
It was just a few things. Now, we got to have,
It's always an ordeal.
a
Like,
small army.
yeah.
Okay, that's it from Calistoga, California.
Yeah, the
You heard all about what we did today.
preemptive show before the show.
Oh, yeah. Show them.
So we have shirts.
Oh, that ring
That's why he didn't recognize Ensign. Oh,
Those are our hero cards, and we have shirts similar.
Your mom's probably so proud. Look
We
at
were-
that cute outfit that my son is in.
That was something she would put me in to go to the races, and I would have been pissed. But we still got crew chief Mia on there.
God.
yeah, I saw Mia donated to sponsor some lap. money.
$400. Where you get all that money, Mia? You sponsored 4 laps this
It was
weekend.
Capital MIA. I'm like, who's missing in action?
Mia, the super puppy.
Mia.
She will be
Jesus.
missing.
One of these days, I'm gonna lead a lap that she sponsors. Hasn't happened yet in 11 years.
You have to stop sponsoring. You might actually lead a lap.
Just don't sponsor the last laps.
All right, Mia's ready for beds. We should get a good night's rest.
Yes, we should.
Too late.
Okay, that's
Oh,
it.
good.
Thank you.